And good morning, everybody. Welcome to Car Mechanic 2018. Hey, it's great to have your company. Thanks for dropping by. I do really appreciate you calling on by. Thought we'd get back into 2018. Just a couple of days ago since we've got into 2018. Just a bit of a grind at the moment, as you're probably aware. So grinding out some of these repairs, getting the XP up. And that's really what I'll be looking at today, is just getting the XP up, getting some of these upgrades in the shop, and getting some coins in the bank. That's really good morning, Captain Rye. How are you there, brother? I've only just come on stream, to be honest, like literally seconds ago. So Captain Rye is always the first one off the rank. You must sit right next to your computer and wait for me to go live, I swear. So I was just saying there, Captain Ryan, that I'm just looking a bit of a grind fest at the moment, getting through some of these repairs. I don't think we can get too much in regards to the barn finds, although we can. I mean, we can go over to the barn finds, but the chance of the repairs when we do come back is probably not very high at the not very high on the repair bench at the moment. So just looking at getting, although I did bring in the level 3 just recently, and that increases the chance of a successful repair up to 75%. That's how I'm here. Oh, that's why you're here so fast. You got notifications on your phone. Well, that makes sense. That does make sense indeed. So vocally and noise against my vocal, vocals still sound the same. I did increase it just a bee's whisker. What's it called? Microphone? God, words in English. Microphone wise, did increase it just a whisker, but hopefully the audio is still pretty groovy. 45% is what we're looking for in this particular restoration, this particular repair rather. Rear muffler V8 OHV. We could actually just grab that out of our tablet. Parts. Not that one. Muffler. Rear exhaust. I think it was a rear exhaust V8 OHV, wasn't it? Rear muffler V8 OHV. One of those. Still good. Thanks. Thank you very much for that. Oh, suspension arm. Well, we don't need to have that laying around. Okay, so we've got a couple of bits and bobs laying around, but that's alright. They don't go astray. Let's throw it up in the air and get that rear muffler on. At least we get one green tick against our name. Oh, good. The intergalactic war in Stellaris did go well. Excellent. That is good to hear. As long as you conquered the bad guys, and the good guys were victorious, and all that good stuff. Yeah, I almost second guessed myself then. No, I was going to take out the muffler and bring it over to the workbench, but the muffler is not repairable, so we can just simply get rid of that. So that would give us a green light on one of these jobs, as such. And then there's a bunch of parts we need to look for. Knocking sound coming from suspension. Now, a couple of different ways we can go in regards to finding those parts. Either just dig them out and find them. There's not a huge parts list there. The other way is to bring it over. How do we do this? Send it to move card to the test path, and then run it through the test path and see what components we can find. Generally, it finds most of them. Whoops, past the station. Generally, it finds most of them on the test path. You're in a bad situation. You've awoken the entire empire. And the invading space hordes pushing through the galaxy now. Oh gee. Sounds like you're really poking the bear. Yeah, to be honest, I've seen Stellaris. I've seen many people playing Stellaris. Not one I could sort of get into, to be honest, which is unusual because I, you know, have played a number of, I wouldn't say similar games, but you know, that sort of genre, and I thoroughly enjoyed them too. But I don't know. I think Stellaris is one of those you can, you know, take it or leave it type games. I mean, pretty much like Car Mechanic, to be honest. You either love it or you hate it. I suppose one of the good things about Stellaris is that you know, you can put it down and come back to it. You know, if you're not getting the enjoyment out of it that you used to, then you can put it down and come back to it. Speaking coming back to it, front shock absorber caps, front shock absorbers. So we've got a pretty good find there as to what to look at. Move car over to our lifter. Got great soundtracks. Okay. That I didn't know. Okay, so we actually did. No, we did not. We've got shock absorber parts on it. So we've got 3 parts not discovered. So I think the best thing is, oh look, let's try it over on the test track. Mazda RX-3, isn't it? Probably really don't have to go out to the test track really for 3 parts, but you know, we could have quite easily found them. But look, nothing beats going out on the test track and just taking a car for a bit of a burn around the track, I reckon. Just for giggles, let's just change that camera view quite straight off the bat. A little bit slow getting up. I mean, we're doing sort of almost 50 kilometers an hour. Sounds pretty crappy. Almost looks like something like a Datsun 180B or something from behind, doesn't it? Oh, watch out for the concrete wall. It's never a good thing. If I can just do this flat stick. Ow, 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 ow. Whoa, this can't be good. That's gonna leave a mark. Oh, Pepper's in the chat. How you doing there, mate? Good to have you. Good to have you back in chat. I'm just running this car around the test track here, just to see if we can't work out where these last couple of parts are. As you can probably hear, it does sound pretty sick. So yeah, well, welcome back. Good to have you on back. More repairs for the repair gods. Exactly right. But it's only repaired up to 45%, so it's not a huge repair quota. But as you can see, it just took the car for a bit of a spin around the track there, and it has identified those remaining parts that we're looking for. So in and out of tie rods, which does not surprise me at all. And for the life of me, I swear I'm going to, for the entire length of this game series, I swear I'm still going to go to this post here, because I don't know about you, those who have played a lot of 2015, the controls were on the other side. I swear they were, because to this day I still go to the other post looking for the damn controllers. Anyway. So outer tie rods, sway bar, wheel hub, shock absorber. Okay, so that should be fairly obvious when we start to pull shit off, basically. Not that obvious, to be honest. Pull stuff off on this other side. Perhaps it's this other side that's it's the problem child. Yes, that's more what we're looking for. Shock absorber off. And what else was there? There must be 2 of the shock absorbers. Take both the shock absorber off because, well, I suppose the easiest way is to just click on these lights. I know it's a little bit shitty. Okay, so and does show you exactly where they are, of course. The other one would be to go examine mode, and that little critter got me. That wheel hub bearing got me caught last time, didn't it? Quite a while to get that one out, to find that one last time. Wheel hub bearing. What do we have? Now, I don't think... No. You used to be able to take those caps off separately, but you can't anymore. You need to take the shock absorber out, demount it, or pull it apart on the shock absorber demounting flicky, and then put it all back together. So yeah, it's the what do you actually call this? Spring puller. There we go. Spring puller. Separate those parts there. Just a small graphic that does that. Take parts and then we put the other one on there as well. Separate parts and separate those as well. You have to do some grocery shopping and walk home. If you're still streaming in 40 minutes, I will be back. No worries at all there, Captain Rice. Thanks for dropping by. Certainly appreciate your support there, man. What was So we'll see whether we can repair anything. I don't know whether we can. No. Okay. Well, it was a total waste of time. Dr. Pepper is back. Good to have you back. And we're on a shock absorber and 2 caps. So this is why again, it's a personal choice, personal preference. I tend to do that, and that way I've got all me things up at the top there. So a lot. I find it a lot quicker, but you know, different strokes for different folks. Is at the end of the day. Shock absorber by 1 and 2 caps. Okay. Shock absorber by 1 and 2 caps. Let's pop back out the inventory and just clean that up a bit. Cap, shock absorber, outer tie rod and a sway bar. An outer tie rod and a sway bar rear end link A, if I'm not mistaken. Outer tie rod A, and then a wheel hub bearing. It's a shame that you can't repair those wheel hub bearings, to be honest. Wheel hub bearing, one of those. And you're out of here. Rotary hoe, let's get these shockies put back together. Join parts. We want a shock absorber, we want a spring, and we want a cap. And put together. And the next one we also want to put together shock absorber, spring, and cap. Put those together. Yep, not a problem at all there, Pepper. And take parts, and we should be in a position to put these parts back together. Mount. So on this side we just had that and the sway bar, memory serves me, and then we're able to get the tyre on and get this repair out of the door. So yeah, for those who have played, I was going to say 18, but 15 or 18, it can be a little bit grindy. There has been, I won't say complaints, but remarks that it's, you know, it's a little bit grindy, a little bit, will get on your nerves eventually, but that's really part of the game. I think it's just about to kick back and yeah, repair shit, restore things, really whatever you prefer. Get that wheel hub bearing on. Oh, I did put that wheel hub bearing on, didn't I? No. Ah, that's what we're looking for. And then the wheel. And we should be good to go. Let's have a look here. Green lights across the board. Awesome. Source. Finish order. You're out of here. Let's see what our next contestant has. Catalytic converter, middle muffler, and front exhaust section B. So we got exhaust and clutch. Well, I don't think we've pulled a clutch apart as yet. So move car to the lifter, and let's get into it. So I'm thinking to this pole. I'm thinking to get these exhaust sections off first. So we need it raised up fairly high just to get to make it easier to get to those exhaust systems. Plus, as the lifter goes up, it gives me a chance to drink my coffee. The catalytic converter, middle muffler, and front exhaust. Oh yes, there's your problem. Middle muffler, catalytic converter, and front exhaust. Now what I haven't worked out is what our number is. It's 59%, so their repairs need to be or exceeding the 59%. So I don't think... Where's the repair table? Over here. No. No, no, no. Exhaust. Middle catalytic. Exhaust. There's the catalytic. I've probably flicked past the middle muffler a couple of, there it is there. And what was that one? Front exhaust something something. Middle and catalytic we can get rid of. Front exhaust section B, 14B. Front exhaust section B, 14B is the one we were after. That looks like the right one. And we'll get these, whoops. Get these parts stoved away, and then we're able to make a start on the clutch. Okay, now looking at being an east-west motor, obviously the motor faces the other direction, which puts the gearbox on the outside. Now, the reason I say that is because the gearbox is. Why can't I do that? Because the gearbox is on that side, we need to take off the wheel and drive shaft to get the gearbox out. Now I will often do that. Just this basically talk to myself. Can I take that out without again? Okay, I can take that wheel off. Okay, sorry, I can take that drive shaft without taking that wheel off. That's interesting. What I was getting to is I will often just talk through what I'm trying to do before I do it. And yeah, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I need to just drop that down so that I'm able to get that starter off. We'll have to come back. A little bit annoying. Still haven't got away from the this up down Bizzo. Do. Where are you, starter? Over this side. Okay, so now once the starter is off again, we'll pop it back up in the air and get this gearbox off. Fairly straightforward. Once you get the gearbox off, just the pressure plate, clutch plate, flywheel, all of these need to come off because they certainly don't look very healthy whatsoever. I wonder whether we're able to repair any of these up. Repair bench, come on now. Okay, so we don't need to do anything with that. Now they all exceed needed level of 59%, so there's no point even touching any of those. For the sake of risking breaking the damn things. Okay, so we've got flywheel, clutch plate, and release bearing. Why we're not able to fix that up? The gearbox. Yep, definitely not allowing us to repair that gearbox. So, which is unusual. Is, well, not unusual, just annoying really. Flywheel, clutch plate, release bearing. Flywheel, clutch plate, release bearing. And I didn't get a pressure plate, did I? Okay, let's bounce back there quickly and get a pressure plate, which we do need. Pressure plate and a gearbox i4. That's going to be an expensive little crit, I should imagine. Gearbox i4. Whoops. This one. Gearbox i4. 650 bucks. Okay, I thought it was going to be a little bit more expensive than that, to be honest, but no. So brand new parts, none of them were able to be repaired up, unfortunately. We don't put that tyre on, we're going to come over to here. Thank you very much. brand new parts for the clutch area. Have a clear view of the clutch components as they go in, so just so we're not looking through that tire graphic there. Clutch release bearing, and then the gearbox on top of that. Nice and shiny and new. Almost looks powder coated, doesn't it? Sort of that silvery look to it. Front drive shaft, we didn't need to do anything to. Neither did we need to do anything to these drive axles. Like, sorry, need to do anything to these drive axles. We just had to get them out just so we're able to get to the gearbox, obviously. So wheels, they can go straight back on as well. And we got another drive shaft over in this direction, like so. And we should be done like a dog's dinner, to be honest. Car is loud, we've done that. Green lights across the board, excellent. Finished, you're out of here, $3,702 without a starter. Right. And that is not the first time I've done that. Those who are regular visitors to the channel, those who are regular visitors to the channel would know that I quite regularly leave the starter out. But, you know, at least I'm consistent. Let's have a look here. Get out of here. Thank you. Ring ring. What orders do we have? Salam Spectra. No, it's Salam Kiran rather. Let's take that order because I don't mind having a read sometimes of those blue ones. You can be moved to lifter. Take another order while we're here. Hi caller, you're on the air. Tapping sounds from engine bay. Okay, what else do we have? Gearbox, loud exhaust, all gearbox fault, transmission is noisy. Look, well, I'm going to take that one as well. That sounds like a lot bigger job. And of course, with the bigger jobs comes more money. That's what it's all about. What have we got here? Salam Kiran, which we would be familiar with from 2015. I bought this machine from a friend, so that's never going to end well, is it? Who needed the money quickly. He assured me the car is working, but sometimes it's strangely pushed to the right. And then there's a strange smell like mushrooms. From what I remember, he works in the. From what I remember, he works behind a desk. Like, I don't care what he does, not in sales anyway. And check what's wrong and make it usable. Okay, don't know why I wasted my time reading that, to be honest. So we want parts at oh, they don't want much, do they? Want all the parts up to 100%. Rotary hoe. All right, well, let's get it through a couple of these tests. Move car into the test path. See what the test path gives us, and we may need to take it for a bit of a cruise down the testing strip and see what it will gives us. Yes, I want to do that. Thank you, game. Press and hold. We've seen all this before there, guys. Obviously just in a test path here. Testing out the brakes and the suspension. Hopefully it'll give some of the parts that we haven't got listed already when we did take this job. Have a look around in the interior. Now, for those from my neck of the woods, the first thing you'll notice is obviously the the steering wheel on the wrong side and everything. I think this one's going to be mostly suspension based. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me at all. Rubber bushing, suspension, rubber bushings, brakes, suspension, brakes. Absolutely correct, Amondo. Move car into... Yeah, always close the door behind us. Look up some parts that we haven't found. So I really go with one of two ways here: either chuck it out in the test path, or just have a crack. Take it for a drive. This track. So yeah, after the test track we go, just looking at see whether we can identify the remainder of those parts that it didn't give us in on our order. Oops, my bad. Sorry. Just takes forever to build speed back up. Come on, girl. You can do it. Hey, look pretty loose around that corner there. Literally just this car's all over the shop at the moment. Oh, nosedive into the concrete. That's never going to end well. If we can do is a bit of a handbrake into the stop area. Corner loose on the dirt. Okay, activate handbrake. Almost. Stop. Okay, transition screen. Again, I've mentioned this before, but I'm loving these transition screens. I mean, they got to be at least half the length of what they used to be from 2015. So it is, you know, good to see it. I mean, I mentioned it before in 2015. There is absolutely no reason in this day and age why they need to have such long loading screens, and thankfully they rectified that in 2018. So in and out of tie rods, that does not surprise me. Solid drive axle. The rear solid drive axle, that does surprise me. So drive axles in and out of rods. Okay. That's good. Okay, doesn't give us all the parts. Look, I think the best thing is just to hop in and start pulling shit off. Looks like it's going to be a considerably bigger job than I first thought, but the best thing is just to get in there and have a crack. As I said, start pulling shit off and repair it as we go, I suppose. A lot of it's suspension based, as you were saying. So how's your build's been going there, Pepper? Been building a few. What's you liking 2018? You don't like it? What's your what have you been doing in 2018? I know these couple of rubbers are absolutely knackered, but oh, let's see if I can reach a little critter all over there. Just finished up a Delray custom. Oh wow! Actually, oh, I bet it does. I bet it looks absolutely awesome. But you leveled up fairly good. You're on a fairly high level too, aren't you? I mean, I have mentioned it before that I do enjoy the restorations, but I think it's going to be a little while before I get to the restorations. I'm not too sure what level that comes in at. Someone was saying 10, I think. You'd enjoy it a lot more if it ran on your PC. Well, there's that. Level 46. Wow, man. You've just been absolutely ripping through on it, have you? That's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, to be that sort of level, really surprised that you don't produce the videos, man. You know, with that amount of expertise, yeah, there's a lot of people that would be very grateful for you know calling on your expertise on in regards to this game. So, but I mean, so some people like, excuse me, like producing content, and others don't, and that's fine. But with that amount of experience in the game, there. But level 46, that's awesome. That is fantastic. I shall get to your level one day. That's one of my goals in life. How's that? To reach level 46. Certainly a lot of grinding, I should imagine, to get to that level. Yeah, you've got no life since the game came out. Yeah, there's that. Yep, totally understand that. A couple of parts I have not yet discovered. Dun dun dun. Well, there's one of them. There's the second one. And I'm pretty sure that was all the no, we still got. Damn it. Part's not discovered, so we've got one part still not discovered. So let's keep looking down here. Methinks examination. Do. Wow, really? Again, just making sure that there's no parts I've missed. I'll tell you what, I will run past you there, Pepper, is that in regards to the in-game music, whether it's copyrighted or not, whether you know, I've purposely not published. I've basically purposely turned off the in-game music and just using you know, non-copyrighted music just as some background. But some people are saying that because of the amount of music, basically you can use the in-game music, but I don't want to be pinged with another copyright claim as I did with 2015, because one of the videos I released had some of the in-game music and they said no, you can't do that. So since then I've basically just turned it off. Will be inventory by condition. Yeah, you don't listen to the in-game music, but you just put on your own. Yeah, well, that's what I've done. Just sort of some, you know, as you can probably hear, some very soft background music. But yeah, someone was saying yesterday in another stream that, you know, it's quite alright to use it, but I just wanted to get a bit more feedback into as to whether that is correct or not. So. Come on, click on the right then. Brakes. Inventory. Brake caliper cylinder by 3. Okay, so we've got 3 cylinders, 3 calipers, 4 pads. Cylinders, 3 calipers, 3 pads, 4. Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely right. It is better to be safe than sorry, without a doubt. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 ventilator and 2 discs. Yeah, well, as I said, that is very true. It is better to be safe than sorry. But I mean, they got some pretty cool music in game too. So, and I would love to have incorporated it. But look, it is what it is. But you know, I still would have liked to have had it included in the stream. 4, 5, 6, 7 bushes. 7 large. Why is that not coming up? I should better simply just type in rubber and they should come up. go. Now what do we say? 5, I think. Let's go 6 just to be safe. And I think there was like 3 smalls. Okay, that's interesting. Cheers for looking that up. You're not seeing any copyright in the Google search that you did. Thank you for that. We've got 2 inners, 2 outers. Inner, outer, and the outer. And Captain Rye is back from outer space. Awesome. Welcome back from outer space. Okay, steering rack. We should have enough rubber bushes already. Steering rack and sway bar. Okay, let's try that. Steering rack, 1 of those. Sway bar, 1 of those. Steering rack and an A, let's get rid of those. Lower suspension arm, 2 of those. Lower suspension arm, 2 of those. Done. Moonbase Alpha is so nice this time of year. I've not been there. You space people, you. Solid rear drive axle, just the 1 of those today. Solid drive axle. Wheel hubcap 2 of. And front suspension cross member B. Front suspension cross member. Front suspension cross member B. Done. Okay, so let's get this shit put back together. Now, and before we start into that, it's coffee time. So what sort of advice can you give me there, Pepper, as to the things I should be looking at? Anything that you can see that I can do, I could be doing better? Don't be shy, man. I'm more than happy to take any advice from someone like yourself. Helpful hints and tips, anything like that. What I might do is just bounce around and get these rubber bushes stoved away, because it is something that turn around. It is something that it is easily forgotten. So I try to do all 4 of them all in one hit, just so clickety clickety click. There we go. Just so we don't forget them. This guy wanted 100%ers, didn't he? He did. I think I asked this question before, whether I put the old rubbers back in the lower suspension arm there, whether that makes a difference or not. Look, I'm going to put them back in and see whether it makes a difference. Make an executive decision going forward here. To be honest, I don't see much, but there is always room for improvement. You're absolutely correct, and that's why I asked it. You know, knowing sort of that you're a lot further advanced in the game than I have, and spent, you know, quite a lot more hours in the game than I have. It's always good to learn from the master. And if someone comes up with a helpful hint and tip, and think, oh, well, have you tried that? Have you tried this? You know, if you do this, life will be a lot easier for you. Then I am certainly up to listening from someone like yourself. Okay, see what we need to do on this side. Mounting. Brand new brakes. Calipers brand new, and cylinders are brand new. What you do, instead of clicking on confirm, I hit the enter because the confirm button is so small. So that is when you purchase parts, I'm presuming. I suppose it'd be purchasing and getting rid of parts. Like selling them out of the inventory as well as purchasing would be my guess. I think that's about it down this neck of the woods. Oh, haven't I got enough large rubbers? Something that every guy has said at least once, I think. Rubbers. What am I doing? Why isn't that coming up? Search. No. Definitely called rubbers, yeah? More rubber bushes. We actually want the large one. Rubber bushing. What it's called. Actually, what I can do, let's go here and here and add it to the parts list. Then go over to the parts area. Rims, body shop, no. We're definitely in the right section. It is called rubber bushings. Ah, is it a capital R? That's what it is. You idiot. All this time, eh? Who would have known? I'd never taken much notice, to be honest, that it needed a capital R to locate those bushes. There you go. Learn something new every day. Another thing is, when I'm working on suspension, I'll go to the suspension tab in the shop because everything's included, including the rubber bushes. That's a fair call too. get these tyres whacked on, and but you're absolutely right. It's a very good shortcut because they are all are under one header, if you like, one heading. Again, it's going to take me probably a little bit to get used to. Again, used to 2015, where I basically typed in every one in the search bar and did a search for almost pretty well every part. With the layout of 2018, that's not so necessary anymore, I don't think. Still missing the ventilated, yeah. Really? Really? Wow. Okay, well, we'll get this ventilated off and examine. Alright, well, if it wants a new ventilator, it gets a new ventilator. Brakes, ventilated, one of. Funny thing is that you didn't pay 2015 before 2018. This is my first car sim. Okay. And how are you finding it? You obviously, well, it's a stupid question, really. Obviously, you're enjoying it quite a lot to put in the amount of hours that you have already put into it. Now, I did actually pose this question about these rubber bushes, whether we're able to put. They need to come off probably, I think. I need to escape out and come back into it. Fuck it. It looks like I need to take that bottom lower suspension arm off and get new rubbers put on that, even though it's a brand new suspension arm. Suspension. What does it take? 3? Takes 2, you idiot. Brand new, install. Asking for something else. No, what is it? Rubber bush. 2 more rubber bushes somewhere. Now let's get this. Oh, down the back end. Well, hopefully that. Hopefully I don't ruin it for you. Hopefully the you know, the gameplay is not too boring for you. I've often thought about just playing the game by myself, to be honest, and not streaming it. But some people do like popping in every now and again and watching the stream. So I'm always in two minds whether to stream it or not. But as long as people keep popping in and saying g'day and wanting to see it, then I'll keep streaming it. Otherwise, if people get sick of watching it, then I'll just play it by myself. It's a game that I enjoy playing. It's a game that I basically play for myself. And again, if people want to watch it and enjoy it, well, that's all the merrier. It's got me curious. This rubber bushing. Unclick those. That should tell me where the damn thing is. Really? Down here? Did I not just take that one off? Perhaps it was the other side. It's nice to have something in the background while you're playing the other games. Well, that's very true. Thank you, Captain Rye. Now we should be getting very close. Green lights, green lights, green lights. Rhubarb, rhubarb, rhubarb. Excellente. 5 grand in our pay packet, which is a nice little pay packet. That did kick us over to level 10. Hurrah! We've got a point to spend. Now we get another table. Extend your garage, adds another lifter, warehouse, and another parking slot to your garage. That's at level 12, so we're some ways away from that level 12, obviously. So we're going to have a couple of points come in the game once between level 10 and 12. 100% faster parts installing and removing. That's not a bad thing at all. What's this one here? 5% more income on finished orders. It is. You're absolutely right there, Pepper. It is nice to hang out with people and just chat, just talk about, just dribble shit basically. And I've been really lucky so far in regards to the people that do hop in and chat. They've been, really nice to each other. It's been a good community. No one's been, no one's been a dick basically. So we've got loud exhaust, we've got gearbox, gearbox. Okay, so exhaust system and gearbox. Move car to lifter. Now with such an exhaust, oh look, let's have a look at those exhaust manifolds just in case before we put it too far up in the air. And yeah, it doesn't look too good, does it? Luckily we grabbed that because, I mean, it's no big deal of course, but we want to examine, we can't examine that without taking the damn thing off. We need to take that turbo off first, of course. But it would not surprise me without that exhaust manifold. It's going to need some love. And what we should have done is seen what the repair value it is needing today on this particular job. It is 76% is our magic number, so 76% obviously we need to repair things up to. So that was the exhaust manifold. Let's pop it back up or up further rather, and get to a range of those other exhaust components. As a mod for a stream on Twitch, I can say it's nice not to see a full range of dicks. Yeah, exactly right. You're 100% correct. And that's something I haven't done as yet, or needed to do as yet, is look someone to mod chat, because everyone's been really nice basically so far. Touch wood. Let's get these exhaust parts here. Do you use the I was going to say shopping trolley. What's it called? Shopping list? At all? How do you... wonder how you actually delete things off your shopping list. If you go into parts, notes, and delete from list. Oh, there we go. Done. Yeah, just interested to find out who uses the shopping list, and whether it's any advantage to using it. Let's see what we've got at inventory. So we've got exhaust manifold i4 turbo, so we can jump straight over to the exhaust. Actually, the exhaust manifolds used to be in the engine section. What if we go man for manifold? Exhaust manifolds, here we go. What's the damn thing called again? Press the right button, idiot. Exhaust manifold i4 turbo is what it is called. Oh, here we go. Exhaust manifold i4 turbo. Presume that's an i4 and not a 14 turbo, but whatever it's called, we're going to have it. Inventory, let's get that out of there. Catalytic converter and rear muffler for an i4. Rear muffler for an i4. Catalytic converter we've got, muffler for i4 we've got, and then just a straight exhaust pipe is the next one we want. Exhaust pipe. You can probably see it from, well, there it is there. You've not had any use for the shopping list. Okay, that's interesting to know. And so that's, we want a catalytic converter put in there, of course. And that's the exhaust system underneath. We just need to get to that manifold. Another trick is when you're working on suspension, I build up one side of it and look at the conditions of the parts I'm going to be working on the other side and buy what I need, because both sides of the car are the same. Yeah, okay, I see your point. Yeah, because you know, yeah, like you're saying that both cars are both sides are the same. So what you do on one side generally is mirrored on the other. Yeah, yeah, no, I can see your point. Would that not be? That's probably more in regards to your restorations, I would have thought. I don't know, is it me or does that exhaust manifold cover just look like another adult diaper? Or is that just me? Oh no, you're just looking at it. Anyway, just put the damn thing in, Firmbie. That'd be great. Okay. Exhaust, we're done. Gearbox, we need to pull apart. Flywheel plus plate. Gearbox. Okay, now all gearbox related crap. So you can be raised up a little bit higher. And let's get into this gearbox. What's that one? Hello? You all there? Why can't I get that off? I need to take this off first. That makes sense. Now I should be able to get this. Drive shaft. There we go. Done, done, done. Diaper. Yeah, it looks like an adult diaper. We call them nappies over here, but same difference. Okay, that should allow us to get to this gearbox. And there's probably a starter motor that I need to lower it for, isn't there? There is, yes. Come back down. Starter off first. Like so, and then we're able to get it back up in the air. And I suppose we could be starting to be using this engine crane, couldn't we? I mean, it's not that necessary, but only because I've never used the engine crane as yet. I'm itching to use it. Gearbox, come out. Depends. Adult diapers, yes. That's the brand, if I'm not mistaken. Depends is an adult nappy, yeah. Okay, clutch release bearing, flywheel, clutch pressure plate, clutch plates. Yes, 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 and a gearbox I4. So we are in a position to start ordering parts. Gearbox I4. Gearbox I4, one of those. Clutch plate, pressure plate, bearing, flywheel, pretty well standard. Inventory. I4, plate, pressure plate, flywheel, bearing. Why are you talking about adult diapers? Ah, okay. You may have just come in on the conversation. It just come up. Basically, one of the exhaust manifold cover looks like an adult nappy or an adult diaper. That's where it come from. Isn't it fantastic when you come in halfway through a conversation? What am I looking for here? Mount is what we're looking for. Fly over here, so we're a little bit closer. That'll be fantastic. Here we go. I'll tell you what we didn't do, or more specifically what I didn't do, is try to repair them. I'm going to be spewing if I can instead of buying brand new parts, I were able to repair them. But I mean, at the end of the day, if they repair up to a decent level, I'll just keep them in the inventory and keep them for another build, which will be fine. It's not catastrophic, but it's going to be annoying if those do repair up to the repair value that they actually need on this particular job. The engine crane is weird. You can't use it until you get the last garage upgrade, because then it will unlock the engine hoist, and you need it for the engine crane. Okay. We should be close, if I'm not mistaken. Loud exhaust we've already done. Gearbox, straightforward, we've whacked that in. 7.5 grand. Done. No, there isn't a starter motor. Again, with the starter motor. How many times have I forgotten that? In this stream alone? I think it's been 2 or 3 if I'm not mistaken. Oops. How about now? Can I get rid of you? Finish order? Yeah? Great. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now we were going to pop over and see whether it... No. Okay. See whether we're able to repair anything at the repair table, and we in fact weren't able to. So look, at this stage, let's get rid of that, let's get rid of that, and look, it's an 80%er, but we'll get rid of that. At this stage, just hanging on to the 100%ers, probably throwing away a little bit of sponduli there, but look, it is what it is. And just to keep up, keep that inventory a little bit cleaner until at such time as we're able to get some warehouse space to put things in. What have we got here? 42% loud when excited repair or gearbox faults. We just did a gearbox. Gearbox loud when accelerating. What's this one here? FMW Panther. We haven't worked on a Panther for some time in there. In 2015 worked on Panthers, but I don't think I worked on a Panther in 2018. So take that one. Move over to here. Dodge Charger. How awesome is that looking? Where'd you go? Come back. Let's take that one just so we're able to look at the Charger. Dun dun dun. A classic looking car. I wonder what level that their car auctions come into play. If anyone knows what level the car auctions come into play, yeah, just give us a let me know in the comments sections. That'd be awesome. Oh, I'll tell you what, guys. I'm going to just give me 5 minutes. I'll go and grab a fresh coffee. That my coffee cup is completely empty, so bear with me a couple of moments while I go and get a fresh coffee, and I will be right back. After grabbing a coffee. So yeah, talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back in a few.
Are you looking for a mature and committed gaming community to share your passion with? Then AG7 may just be what you're looking for. Boasting members from all over the world, all being able to enjoy a wide range of online games, from Battlefield 1 to Stellaris, World of Warships to World of Warcraft. So for all your gaming passions, remember AG7. Links in the description below, and for all T's and C's, refer to the Code of Conduct on the forum's webpage. And now, back to my game.
Okay, we should be back and return to the game. Awesome sauce. Captain Wright's playing Stellaris. And the car auctions are unlocked at 19. Okay, so I've still got a bit of journey to go. Car auctions at 19, junkyards at 12. Okay, so I'm getting closer and closer to the junkyard by the looks of it, but still a fair way off from the car auctions, which is unfortunate. But look, it is what it is. I'll tell you what I almost did, to be honest. I obviously went and grabbed a coffee, but yeah, I looked at the very last Krispy Kreme donut sitting in the box, and I thought, is it worth it? Now, being the very last donut out of the box of donuts, you know, is it worth eating it? And of course, you know, you're going to thoroughly enjoy it, but Is it worth the trouble that you're going to be in with the missus when she gets home and realises the last donut's been eaten? I'm saying no, myself. It's not worth the hassle. For those who are married and... I might even just get these radiator components right out of the way. So there we go. Now we can see what the hell we're doing. Rotary hoe. What do we want? Timing. The belt tensioner needs to come off first, doesn't it? Then we've got all these belts come off. Metric shit ton of... Hey, come on, play the game, camera. Metric shit ton of belts need to come off. And we're looking at it, just punching through, get all these components off the front here and punching through to the timing belts. You're not in a relationship, so you wouldn't know. Oh, okay. No, fair enough. Yeah, well, believe you me, sometimes it's worth it, and sometimes it's not. But you know, at the end of the day, it's a Krispy Kreme though. They are so yummy. Looks like I need to get that off. Do. Before I can get that timing cover off, isn't it? Which means taking these ignition coils out. I should be able to get that head off once these ignition coils are taken out. My memory serves me no? What's stopping that? The manifold? I wouldn't have thought. Fuel roll. No. Oh. That'll do it. Aha. Yep. Just missed one of the ignition coils. But you probably saw that straight away, didn't you? Okay, so now that that's off, and all that fuel roll over there. Get a better camera angle on that. Cover comes off. Ignition coil, ignition coil, ignition coil. Probably wouldn't hurt to rip those spark plugs out either. I don't know what sort of condition they are, but we'll see what parts we've got left after we've taken that away, and timing cover and then the timing chains, and see what sort of other parts that we're looking for as well. You missed the ignition coil. Yep, you're absolutely right. Yeah, generally it's also these examination modes. So there's also these cams here. No, they're fine. That's fine, and well, when I say fine, we must find out what 94% is our magic number. 94. So the parts need to repair up to 94%. So water pump belt tensioner we've got, water pump pulley we've got, timing belts 2 of, we've already taken those out. Ignition coil we've taken out, air filter cover and air filter. Okie dokie. They'll be over here. Oops, missed it. Air filter cover, air filter, come out you little bastard. There we go. air filter cover, air filter we've got, fuel rail we've already taken out, oil filter, need to drop and drain the oil, and we've already done those. Fuel filter we've taken out, oil filter we'll do in a moment, air filter we just took out. So if we do the oils, that should be all the filters taken care of. So you go up in the air. You actually need to go a fair way up in the air. The Big Ox, how you doing, mate? Sorry, I forgot to look over and chat, and I'll do that every now and again, unfortunately, if I get involved with what I'm doing. But the Big Ox, how you doing there, mate? Good to have you back in chat. I seen you were online a bit earlier, but I was in two minds whether to come over and say good day again, or just to pop on live. So yeah, it's going good. Actually, Captain Rye, I'm pretty sure the Big Ox is from your neck of the woods, if I'm not mistaken. Which, you know, I have been wrong before, believe it or not. Let's put it over there. Actually, the Big Ox, just even if you just jot down in chat there, maybe the state that you live in, because I've got a funny feeling Captain Rye and yourself are all but neighbours. So oil filter for V8, the yellow one is what we're looking for. Oil for V8, one of. Let's get that smashed in straight away and mount. And we can get that out of the way then. Not even close. Oh, I could have sworn you guys were close. As in, you know, geographically, of course. That's around 1,000 miles. Oh, okay. Well, okay, I failed geography at school. Come on, guys, give me a break here. Geography is never one of my strongest points. I'll give you the big tip. Okay, so let's whack some oil in it. I'm thinking. We say we were going to pull out these spark. Let's rip out these spark plugs anyway, just for giggles while we're here. There's nothing worse than coming back and doing them afterwards. I think they're still going to be fine, but let's pull the bastards out. I mean, they're not expensive items. Any stretch to the imagination. Okay. No, I don't want that. I want that. Oh, let's pop it to the repair tab. I don't think there's going to be anything repairable. And 94 is a magic number. They all exceed water pump. Let's have a. Oh, that looks pretty crap, doesn't it? 55, 71. Look, that's the only thing that we're going to. That's still 71. We want a 94. Come on, Firmbie needs new shoes. No. Okay. Leave that alone. Okay, so those spark plugs were fine, so there was no need to take those out. You got them by condition, you idiot. Timing belt V8, so let's timing belt V8 and a belt tensioner. Let's go with those two things. Timing belt for a V8. 2 of those. And what was the other one? Belt. Tensioner. 1 of those. Timing belt, belt tensioner. Oil filter, now we already did that. Water pump pulley and fuel filter. Water pump pulley. Fuel filter. This one, then this one. Fuel rail DI. Now there's only one of those I think we needed, because the other one was fine. So fuel rail DI. Put that. Air filter cover, just a standard air filter cover and an air filter. Okay. Air filter and an air filter cover. That one and that one. And ignition coil, just one of those ignition coils. Oops. Ignition coil. Done. And you're out of here. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so that should be all the parts that we need. Just a matter of getting everything smashed back in. Mounting parts. Now I purposely took the radiator out just to make it a little bit easier. Don't know whether that's something that you would do there, Big Ox, or even Pepper there. Pepper's actually very well advanced through the game. I think you said, I don't know, level 30 or something, wasn't it? But yeah, certainly very well advanced into the game. So any advice? Then yeah, just call on Pepper by the sound of it, because yeah, certainly a lot more experience than I am. I'll give you the big tip. We might just pop over to this air filter. Okay, we're going to pop over to the air filter. Come on, camera, play the game. Thank you. And get these clips on, because they are easy little critters to forget, as you'd probably be aware. These clips and the clips that go on the ignition coil, distributor cap, isn't it? Dr. Pepper, level 46, that's right, yeah, level 46, so certainly played the game for some time, so you are the master and I am just the student. Yeah, that surprised me. Those spark plugs are fine. I mean, I'm glad they are fine, of course, but you'll find these spark plugs are knackered, but not this time around. What I'd like to see is this. I'll have a look at my the XP. I'll do that right now. What I'd like to see has been the ability to do those nuts up a little bit quicker, to be honest. 116 hours, says the Big Ox. What's this one here? Oops, you can't. That one there. 100% pass, that's parts examination. Perhaps I might look at that later. Mount. Okay, so we've got a fuel rail DI that needs to go over here. And we've got another one on this side. Engine head cover. And those pesky little spark plugs with the ignition coil on top of those. 116 hours says the Big Ox. That's how long you've played Car Mechanic. Tank, how you doing there, mate? It's good to have you in the chat there. Yeah. Everyone say hi to Tank. Well, welcome back to the chat. But yeah, certainly got some very experienced people in chat at the moment, so which is fantastic. And yeah, look, I've mentioned this before. That's to me, that's what it's all about. It's bringing like-minded people together, sharing ideas and hints and tips, and you know, basically helping each other out. More than happy to give you a bit of a shout out if you want to promote yourself in chat there. Then you go right ahead. If you're a content creator of some description, where you know, anywhere on the interwebs, then yeah, just give yourself a bit of a plug. I don't mind it at all. Let me know what you do, what sort of content you create, where you create it, where people can find you. More to the point. But yeah, go right ahead, guys. Give yourself a bit of a plug there in chat so everyone else can see it. Not only for those who are live in chat at the moment, but anyone that watches this at a later date on replay, of course. You're sad because you can't see your girlfriend until school starts. Oh, that's sad. Why don't you give her a call? Call her up. Remember the telephone? Telephone that, you know, the old people used to use. What have I got left here? Towing belt I've already done. That's not at the front. I've already done. Filtrations I've already done. Oh, I've got oil to go in, of course, and we've already placed the filters. So I should, once I've got the cover on, of course, I should be able to get away with just putting new oil in it. By the way, you saw on the stream forum, someone making a mod that adds a 1932 Ford Coupe, and you're hyped to see it. Actually, that would be pretty cool to see. That I'm interested in seeing sort of what people come up with in regards to bringing their own cars to the garage, so to speak. You got 93 hours in all 3 games combined. But again, Kev, that's what it's all about, is calling on some of these people that are in chat at the moment and getting some hints, tips, ideas, tricks, things that they've learned across along the way to help us newbies out. Finish order. Nice, nice. We're getting a few dollars in the bank now, which is what it's all about. What 3 games? Car Mechanic Simulator 14, 15 and 18, says Kev. I've not played 14, to be honest. I couldn't give you a a rundown what 14's all about. Obviously played the absolutely snot out of 15, and plan to do the same about 18 too, but break shoe, break drum, break shoe. So 2 shoes and a drum at 59%. So what's the chance of it all being on the same side? 3/5 of fuck all, probably. So what do we say? 2 shoes and a drum. Examine mode. Will it actually come up like that, or do we have to examine? Doesn't look like much going on that side. Let's go in this direction for giggles. Examine. So far, not so good. Let's try down the back here. Break drum. Whoops, it easy. Yep, here's a contestant. Shoe. Here's a contestant, and let's go examination. What about you? You're fine. You're fine. And you are fine, so you can stay back on there. Was it just the two? So we want another shoe. Break a drum. Shoe. Here we go. Yeah, it certainly looks sexually intercourse, doesn't it? Repair table, just in case. Fuck, I'll get turned around so easily here. Okay, break shoes, we're looking at a 59%, aren't we? So we want a... So he's fine. Shoe and a drum. That's only the 2 things we need. Brakes. Shoe. And a drum. You got 64 hours on 15. Farms. Never got into Farm Sim 17. I'll tell you what, who you would be looking for would be someone like a guy by the name of Big Shadow. Good friend of mine. He's actually been offline for a few days while he gets his internet sort of straightened out with his provider, but normally he jumps in and says g'day in the stream as well, but he does enjoy his Farm Sim 17, so just hook him up on Steam there, on stream rather, yeah, just search him that way, and or wait until he pops into chat the next time he's back online. You feel like that I'm constantly forgetting what I'm doing. Well, I do. What's your point? You got a point to make there, Kev? I do forget what I'm doing. But that's one of my personality traits, my friend. I remember like a fish. But, you know, we all can't be perfect, my friend. We all can't be perfect. Uh, 59%, that's going to meet our expected repair value, so that's fine. So I was just looking at that brake drum that I just put on there. I guess I wasn't wrong on that one. No, you wasn't wrong at all. Again, you know, nothing new on that one. Brake shoe, brake drum, brake shoe. We've smashed that out. Only $164, so not a big order on that one, but it does help us nonetheless. Let's see what we've got laying around in our inventory. Nothing at this stage. Well, there's stuff in our inventory, of course, but nothing that we'll just hang on to for the time being. Where's our toolbox over here? So excited for the mods in the game. As much as I do love muscle cars, I need a little variety in my life. I want cars from the 40s in the games. Very true. Very true, yeah. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I'm certainly looking forward to how people, or what it looks like when people do introduce their modded cars into the game. There is a way to start with $500k and 500k XP. Okay, did not know that. Not one for cheats, to be honest. Not a big cheater. Don't like putting mods in that are, you know, like a money mod or a cheap mod or whatever you want to call them. But Salam Flemo, my car doesn't start, and even when it was working, sounds very strange. Every morning I wake up, the entire neighbourhood. Rhubarb. Let's throw that one in just for giggles. Move car to the car lifter. This is what we do. You can mod the cars that are currently in the game, mess with the engine, its suspensions, etc. via the game editor. Good to know. Caster Earthquake. I've not seen a Caster Earthquake since 2015, so we're going to take that one. I didn't mind working on the Caster Earthquake. It's a lot of people refer to them as trucks or a ute. Over in this neck of the woods, they're just simply called utes, but from your side of the pond, they're referred to as trucks. So a dual cab ute, this neck of the woods, truck. As I said, if you live on the other side of the pond. Got to replace the muffler and probably with a camshaft or something. Oh, okay, this is in regards to this one. I'm with you now. Car doesn't start even when it is working. The sounds are made are very strange. Every morning I wake up, the entire neighbourhood. Sucks to be in your neighbourhood. Please do something with it. so it's not making so much damn noise. Drain and put new oil in it. Okie dokie. Do you guys only have utes in Australia or something? No, we have utes are like these dual cab. Oh, I mean they don't even have to be dual cabs, but you know, tray tops. Like, you know, sometimes they have this dual cab configuration, but other times they're just you know, a single cab with the tray at the back. So they're called utes, and of course trucks. We refer to trucks as in, you know, like the 18 wheelers, you know, cab overs. You know, they're trucks. You know, your freight moving trucks. You know what a ute is. You're not stupid. Oh no, I'm not calling you stupid, mate. You misinterpret what I'm saying. I'm not calling you stupid. If I want to call you stupid, I would just call you stupid. But you're not. So, yeah. Let's drop this oil, move equipment to the car lifter, and drain this oil. Wow, not a hell of a lot of oil come out of there. Let's get rid of that. What's our... Did we write what our car value... We need 100%. So anything that we get needs to be 100%. Let's rip this exhaust system out. That's probably a pretty good start in regards to the noise issues we have been having. And nope. Oil filter. Where for out are you? Water or oil filter? There you are, right there. The blue one. Let's get rid of that while we're underneath here. Oil filter, blue one. Install. Done. And let's drop it down and put some oil in it, and at least we get the a green light on that particular section. Done. What are we coming up? Alright, we'll probably be powering on for another 10-15 minutes or so, guys. If there's something that you want to put out there with the rest of the guys that are in chat, more than welcome for you to ask for questions. As I said, a couple of very experienced people in chat at the moment, so if you want to chuck some questions down and get chat to answer them, then now's your time. And we've got about 10 minutes or so before I start winding it up. And over, yeah, local time's getting on a bit here. Generally like to do an hour and a half, 2 hour stream, and then you sent me a tweet with some pictures of the mods of the cards that they're using. Oh, awesome! I'll certainly check that out. Come through on my phone as yet, but I'm sure it's not far away. Yeah, I'm sure it's not far away. Great chats and stream there, Captain Roy. Oh, no worries at all, Captain Roy. Thanks for hanging out with us, man. I certainly do appreciate it. I know it's always interesting to hang out in a stream that you know, for a game that you you know, don't play or don't get into, which is fine. It'd be no different to me hanging out and watching you play Stellaris, to be honest. But yeah, it's sometimes good to just to listen to people ramble on, I suppose. We have a green light for the oil because we just did that. What we perhaps could do is run it through the test path. Can't start the engine. Why not? Oops. I'll show you some builds later. No worries at all. Certainly looking forward to it. What's the best course of action here? Is just to start pulling shit apart. That's basically the complaint was that it was loud, so we look. Let me just grab the middle muffler and rear muffler V8OHV. Yeah, did it exhaust? Middle muffler, rear muffler V8OHV. One of those. Let's get those out of the inventory. At least we got the that out of the way. At least we would have those mufflers components smashed out and out of the way. It's saying that the car won't start. Must be something with the electronics. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Mount in there. So that's the muffler components. Not orders. We don't want orders. We want to drop it down. Kevin saying you're slowly gaining subs. Yeah. Look, again, I'm not that concerned about it, but if people want to drop in and sub to the channel, that's fantastic, and certainly appreciate their support. Look, I'm not terribly fussed. You know, it's a bit of a unique game, to be honest. It's not everyone's cup of tea. So, do you move car now into the test path? Still can't. Okay, I was sort of thinking that it might, but the reason it wouldn't start is because those muffler components weren't on, but it was not the, or is not the case. So you saw the fuel filter is trashed, the fuel pump is trashed as well. Okay, let's have a look. Oh yes, fuel filter. That's sexual intercourse. Fuel pump. Where are you, down the bottom here, yeah? Let's go examination. Come on now. That's the water pump, alternator. Oh, get out of the way, radiator, that'd be great. The fuel pump is in the gas tank, yep. Can't examine that. Why can't I? Mount, unmount. Don't want to do that. I want to Alright, we'll go down and get this fuel pump then. Should be able to reach it from here, yeah? Look at that. You mentioned earlier that you thought the fuel pump was fucked. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I did read it, man. Yep. So, certainly did read it. Fuel pump and fuel filter. Fuel filter, fuel pump. Just whack those back in just for giggles. Mount. Pump. Back in you go, you little bastard. And let's get this fuel filter in. Mount. Where are you? In here. Like so. I wonder if we get an engine start now. Let's try it. Move car into the test path. Still can't start the engine. Alright. Fair enough. We're going to leave it there, guys. And I'm going to finish this particular one on the next stream. You mentioned that earlier. Yep, read that. At 9%. Yep. Not a problem at all. As I said, just got a couple of things that I need to duck off and do for the day. Get ready for the next few days. The stuff that sort of needs to be done in real life. So hopefully in a couple of days I'm able to get some more streaming done for you folks. In the meantime, I've got some regular content. I'm targeting to getting regular content out on a daily basis. So if it's not live streaming, it's recorded stuff, and that can be Astroneer, it could be World of Warships, it could be Car Mechanic. But I'm looking at getting content to you out on a daily basis. That's my objective, at least. Guys, look, thank you very much for your company. I certainly do appreciate it. And yeah, thanks for those guys who are involved in chat and you know, ask questions and helpful. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, as I was saying, thank you very much. Certainly do appreciate it. And I'll look for you to company. Look forward to you in your. Oh my God, English! It's time to go, isn't it? Catch us later.